This is lesson number 14 out of 25. Once again, the idea is growth mindset. Comes from a guy named Tom Bilyeu, founder of Quest, founder of something called Impact Theory. He has 25 beliefs he believes are important in order for people, students, anybody to develop a growth mindset. And so our goal is to get us that much closer to a growth mindset. So number 14 is successful people don't make excuses. For his exact phrase is, he says this, successful people don't make excuses ever. Now, I don't know about you, but when life gets hard, it's so easy to blame other people, your circumstances, where you were born, how much money you make, whatever it is, things that happen to you past, it's easy to blame somebody else. And more often than not, we humans do that. We blame somebody else. And the reason we do it, because if we don't blame somebody else, then who's left to blame? Ourselves. And not many people want to take responsibility for where they're at in life. The older I have gotten, I've gotten better at taking responsibility at where I'm at in life. Good, bad, you name it, I accept responsibility for it. I can always come up with excuses. We can all come up with excuses, but I know if I want to get better, I can't do that. And so it leads to this other quote right here. This wasn't originally part of Mr. Bilyeu's quote, but I think it applies. It says, you can have your results or excuses, but not both. So I remember once again, it goes to a conversation a student and I were having. She was upset at her brother. And she said her brother, I forgot what happened. She did something to her brother. And I said, well, why'd you do that? She goes, because he made me mad. And so I retaliated. I go, so let me get this straight. Who has control over your emotions, you or your brother? She goes, well, now she had a choice to make. If she said it was her brother, takes all the power and control away from her. The moment you blame somebody else, the moment you give the situation over to somebody else, you lose control of that situation and you lose control of your life. So you got two choices. You can either have the results you want, which means you're going to have to accept responsibility for what's going on in your life. Don't get me wrong. There are things that are happening in life that are out of control, that someone does you wrong, somebody treats you unfairly, life treats you unfairly. That's reality. That's life. It's going to happen. But there comes a point where you're going to accept responsibility for what you do have control over, and then that's it. I know anytime my wife and I get in an argument, it's so easy to blame the other person for the argument. But we work really hard at this. What we do is we try, no matter how wrong I think she is, no matter how wrong she thinks I am, we each try to look for what we could have done differently. What was our responsibility in the argument? And that is a sign of growth. And so my advice to you is this. You can make excuses for your entire life. You guys do that now, you can continue doing that. But if you guys are eventually able to accept responsibility for your life, wherever you're at in life, however old you are, that's when you really can make a change. So real fast, I thought I'd do this here. Extra credit points. I don't know if anybody knows the answer to this, but we'll go through this real fast here and see if anybody wants some points. This quote right here, you can have results or excuses, but not both. Does anybody know who said that? Probably not. I didn't know until I looked it up. I'll give you a shot. Give it.
Wasn't it from a movie?
I don't know if it's from a movie.
I remember hearing a movie.
A movie. The answer, do you guys know Arnold Schwarzenegger? I'll be back. Yeah. That's Arnold Schwarzenegger's quote. That guy, I mean, that's a success story right there from everything he did. So that's Arnold Schwarzenegger. Here's some other people that had issues. And so let's see if you guys know any of these. They could have used, the point is this, they can use any of this stuff as excuses, but they can't live with the excuse and have the same results. All right? So once again, here we go. They don't make excuses. First one here, Albert Einstein. Isn't that crazy? Albert Einstein. Thought he was lazy, right? Only sold one painting while alive. Yeah. Van Gogh. It is Van Gogh. Vincent Van Gogh. Famous painter, Vincent Van Gogh. Only one painting alive. Now, the paintings are crazy, right? Dropped out of school when 15 to support his family. It actually probably applies to a lot of people. This guy was a comedian originally. Then from there, is on all sorts of movies. Jim Carrey. Do you guys know Jim Carrey? Jim Carrey, right? All right. I think you're kind of retired, yeah. There you go. Failed about 500 times before. Now this failed about 5,000 times before inventing the light bulb. Who's that one? Thomas Edison, right? This writer's book was rejected by 30 publishers. That means he went to 30 people and said, hey, here's my book. Do you think you can publish it? And 30 people said, no, this book sucks. Stephen King. I'm not sure if you guys know Stephen King. So this guy right here cannot finish school past 10 years of age because parents can afford it. That is actually Benjamin Franklin. And this is my favorite one. Was fired from his first job as editor for not being creative enough. Almost lost all of his money trying to build a park. Anybody know? Walt Disney it is, right? All right, Walt Disney. So anyways, the point is this. You can have all the excuses you want, but successful people do not hold on to excuses. Successful people do not live by those excuses. Thank you for watching the video. If you like what you saw, please hit the subscribe button or click on one of the other links.